really short
thing
to do.
Do you have other stories you could tell?
I don't have any PG stories.
She doesn't have any PG stories.
I have to go.
Welcome back to the podcast after our very special Halloween episode and Bailey's birthday. My name is Molly.
My name is Bailey.
It was also my birthday.
Oh, it was.
What's your name?
I forget how close our birthdays are.
Molly, I really tried to help you. Hey, let's pull back the curtain for a second. Laura really thought you forgot her birthday.
I thought you forgot my birthday.
Because I guess your message kind of got hidden in mine, and she thought you didn't say happy birthday.
No, I didn't see yours at all, and I thought you were just having a bad weekend, and you didn't tell me. I was very upset about it.
No. Oh my gosh.
Because Bailey had sent like 5, and so I saw all of hers, and then yours was like in the middle, and I didn't see it at all.
But then you just mentioned my birthday from 2 weeks ago, and didn't mention Laura's from 2 days ago, so you kind of...
We did that episode on your birthday, that's why I mentioned it.
I get it.
To be completely fair, I forgot both of y'all's birthdays the day of, so...
Oh, yeah, I definitely knew that. Yeah, yeah.
But I remembered it all the way up to the day of, which is what I always do. I'm always like, it's their birthday, it's their birthday, it's their birthday, and the day of, I completely forget.
What's the thought that counts? Hey, what's your name?
Laura. I said it, I think.
I couldn't remember.
So...
Laura, No, Molly. Laura, how was your birthday?
I am introducing this episode. Laura, how was your birthday?
It was fabulous. I got a Harry Potter Funfetti birthday cake.
It was very cute. Did your mom do it? Or did
she didn't make it. She got it.
Yeah, that was really cute.
That's the same woman that's going to do my wedding cake, so that's nice.
Beautiful. Is it going to be Harry Potter?
And now I kind of want it to be Funfetti.
Ooh.
Right.
Don't you get like you get a wedding cake and then the groomsman has a cake? Can that one be Funfetti?
No, he wants his to be strawberry.
My wedding cake is going to be chocolate. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I kind of want to do my friend Jane, who had her wedding last summer. She had 4 tiers and every one of them was different.
It.
It was
Funfetti, chocolate.
It was chocolate, Funfetti, pistachio, and strawberry, I think.
Pistachio?
She likes pistachio. It's her wedding.
It is.
I got that. I got some fun presents from everybody, which was exciting. Sam got me breakfast in bed on Sunday.
Oh, cute. What was the breakfast?
Sonic.
I was going to say, you said he got you. That's kind of an interesting choice, but now I see.
Well, we had said something about getting up late and making breakfast, and we woke up early. So I don't know if I told Molly, but I drank 2 bottles of wine Saturday night. 2 bottles of wine Saturday night while we were at a friend's house. And we got back, and I was like, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be hungover. And then I woke up at 7 in the morning because of the time change. So it was like actually 8, but it was 7.
Were you fine?
Of time change. Yeah, I was fine. And we were like laying in bed, and we had talked about making breakfast in bed, and he said, well, we have no breakfast. Do you want me to go get you breakfast? And I was like, yes.
Okay.
And he brought me back Sonic. It was so good. And then we just did birthday stuff and then had birthday dinner.
Nice.
Very fun birthday.
That sounds fun.
Molly, how was your weekend?
This weekend I went to a wedding with Javid. He was a groomsman. And I was getting ready with him and his friend. Not with him, but with his friends. I was getting ready with his friends, and it was like the wedding was at 5:30.
Female friends?
Yeah, and male.
Okay.
And
it was unclear.
The wedding was at 5:30, and we were like 5 minutes away from the wedding venue, like our hotel was. And we didn't start getting ready until like 5:40, and it was like 4 girls trying to get ready.
That wasn't
Didn't you say the wedding was at 5:30? And you didn't start getting ready until 5:40?
4:40, whatever.
Oh, that's not what you said.
You said 5:40. I was very they're not making it.
It's like, that's not good.
They're not making it.
And there was 5 girls that needed to get ready. And so we were all getting ready together, and we were leaving the hotel at 5:20. Like, we met up at 5:20 outside the hotel, and they were like, somebody was like, we tried to call an Uber, but it's like 8 minutes away. And we're like, that's not going to get us to the wedding on time. And so none of us had our car keys. So somebody had to run all the way back to our hotel room and get car keys. Then we all ran to the car, got in.
Why didn't you just walk? Was this like within walking distance?
No, the hotel was not in walking distance.
Oh, okay.
Not the wedding wasn't in walking distance. And so the girl driving pulls up to the church and she's like, y'all just get out and I'll park and I'll meet y'all in there. And so we're running down the sidewalk to like get into the church, and the bride comes walking around the corner and she's like, y'all don't see me, get in the church. And so we go like running around the bridesmaids, and like they're playing like the intro music for the bridesmaids to walk in, and we come like running in. The floor is hardwood, it's old, so we echo. Like I'm like,
and you're clacking.
The girl in front of me is like running, so I'm like kind of running behind her, and like the second my feet hit the floor, it's like and I like stop, slow down. Everybody was turned around looking because the bridesmaids were coming, and it was so embarrassing. Like it was like 6 of us all running in and like sitting in the back row.
Oh my gosh.
It was really funny, but
telling
really
Molly
awkward.
An hour earlier to be at my wedding.
Yeah, everyone lied to Molly about what time the wedding is.
An hour before.
But yeah, that was pretty funny considering how I didn't really know the bride super well, so I didn't really know anybody at that wedding super well. So,
Did you have fun though?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I got super drunk. Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, it was a good time. Ooh.
Ask me about my weekend, because I did just remember one important thing I wanted to tell you.
How was your weekend?
I did not win HQ.
Oh, okay.
Today or this weekend. Good. We started watching Queer Eye. We're late to the party.
Oh, it's so
I know.
good.
It's
so welcome.
You're right. Thank
welcome.
you.
Did you cry? Have you cried yet? Because I cried.
I think I've teared up. I can't remember.
It's a good show.
If I cried, it was in that episode where the guy came out to his mom.
I thought that was way too personal. Like, I loved it, but I
know, when it started, I was like, guys, you should be leaving? Guys, leave? Cameras,
I hated the cameras.
I know. But I was like,
They knew about it.
But it was, I know. I see where Molly's coming from. But they showed it, and I did.
I love a cliche.
Very closely cry.
Love a cliche.
Who's your favorite Queer Eye guy? Rank them. Rank them. Okay, give me top 3. Because mine are Anthony, Tan, and Karamo probably, but maybe Jonathan sometimes.
That's the thing. I can't. They're all
I
of
think
them.
Mine's Anthony, Tan, and Bobby.
I love them all for different times. Like Tan does really cute things with like other celebrities a lot.
Yeah, I saw this one with Hassan Minaj recently. I didn't know he'd done other
their
ones.
Like brown guy jokes were so funny.
That's what I said too. It was so funny that they kept saying that. Like, we're brown, we know.
But like they didn't. Like Tan was surprised that like he knew things, and it was like, you're really both like you know these things. It's really funny. But like Jonathan kills me.
Jonathan, if like you just showed me lots of pictures of Jonathan in like a white t-shirt and jeans, I'd be like, oh, he's a singer for like Bon Iver or the Chainsmokers, but then he like speaks.
Well, the thing is, the first time I saw him, I was like, oh, he's like macho. That's it. And then he's not, and
he's like the most like effeminate of all of them.
They did the Kiki thing, the Kiki Do You Love Me thing, I think.
Oh, I haven't gone that far.
Was that the one that? Yeah, I think that was.
We watched like the first half of season.
No. It wasn't on an episode. It was like when that challenge. Thing was going around. Yeah. They did it, and he's in like, Ariana Grande's like normal get up, like long sweatshirt that kind of goes down to mid thigh, and then high heel boots. Yeah. He was wearing that, but a sweatshirt made out of like feathers or fur.
Of course, he
getting it, and I was like, boy, get it.
I was watching one video where they were like commenting on each other's like Instagram. They were Instagram stalking. It was like a series of them. And there was one video where he was doing like a backflip in front of a sunrise in front of like the Sydney Harbor because he was a cheerleader in high school.
I think he might be my favorite Twitter. Yes. He has a really fun Twitter.
I haven't followed them yet because I feel like that's just like
Bobby makes me laugh.
Down the hole.
A lot.
Yeah. I think Bobby is my least favorite personality.
I didn't want to say that because I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say it.
What? But the stuff he does on the show is like some of the most impressive.
He drives me crazy.
What'd you say? I was yelling.
What?
What did you say? I was yelling. I couldn't hear you.
I don't like Jonathan's personality.
See, really? Sometimes I love him.
Uh-huh.
Not all the time I love him. I don't know. I can't. It's like...
See, I just think Bobby's very direct. Like, I love how direct he is with people.
I just feel like he talks the least amount.
I like Anthony Stass.
Yes. See, to me, Tan feels like the most direct.
He's also British.
Says it, yes.
So it's like, he has that...
That's true.
Like, he has that different cultural aspect to it.
Yeah. And Bobby's from the South. Too. A lot of them are from the South.
Mm-hmm. So you haven't watched the one with the black woman, have you?
No, but for some reason, when we started to watch that episode, because when we were watching it, which was like the first time we ever turned it on Netflix started playing season 2 first.
That's weird.
So we got like a third of the way into that episode, and we're like, is this really the first one? Like, they're all talking like we should really know what's going on, and we do not know what's going on.
It's so good.
So yeah, we watched a little bit of it.
Oh, you're gonna fall in love? There's a couple that you're gonna fall in love with? No, there's a specific couple that you're just gonna fall in love with. We're tiring, Molly.
I know.
It's 9:18 where she lives. Mm-hmm. Okay, Molly, what are we talking about today?
Today...
Ooh, and why are we talking about it?
I was gonna say, you...
Well, I had a lot of fun at the wedding with Javid this weekend.
Really?
We also
You're gonna make her do this?
broke up.
I'm not making her do anything.
Okay. We broke up on Sunday before I came back to Atlanta. And so today, I want to talk about...
Put that in post. Aww.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about breakups and if people can really be friends after they break up.
I would just like to note
Are you sure you want to do this in live time? Like in real time?
Holding it together very well.
She is.
I would have cried at least 3 times already.
I thought she was definitely going to cry whenever we talked about this. Say she was going to cry. I didn't know we were doing this on the pod.
I just like really want to believe that we can be friends. Like I think, and like I'm like, I think.
So you want to hear from our listeners. Listeners, tell Molly.
So what we're talking about today is to just reassure you that you can be friends with him.
No. What I'm saying is that like I feel like my situation is different than most relationships. Like being long distance, like while we were breaking up, we talked about how it was hard for us to like really get to know each other and know how compatible we are. Because like we're in a relationship with our phones, so it's super easy for us to like text all the time. And like when we're in person, we don't talk about anything like necessarily like very like controversial, like, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Like trying to figure out our like opinions on stuff, just because like if we disagree, then we have to get into a fight. And like when we're together, like we don't want to get into.
Did you ever get into a real fight?
Yeah, when he insulted Bob's Burgers.
Oh my gosh, I got so pissed.
We should have seen this coming.
I really thought I was gonna break up with him over Bob's Burgers. I never told him that.
Can I have to now?
Now I should.
I'm glad you did it first because I was going to.
But we talked about...
Can we pause really quick? Can we pause? It's about Bob's Burgers, and I really want to tell Molly before I forget.
Okay.
I saw a scene of, what's the dad's name?
Bob. Oh, with the turkey?
Bob.
I sent that to William.
Wow. Bob. And the turkey and the guy, and he's talking about, like, he comes to buy turkey. I don't know the show. I don't know the episode.
It's when the turkey keeps getting ruined and the guy thinks that Bob's gay.
The meat guy thinks he's flirting with him.
Yeah.
I lauged so hard.
Yeah, that's the show, Laura. Watch it.
The guy's
I cannot watch it.
Yeah, the guy's like, do you want to, let's go grab
my number,
like,
I think.
No, like, you don't understand. He's like, who am I kidding? You're way out of my league. He's like, I have a wife, I'm married.
He's like, no, I have to, even if I wasn't, I've just gotta go. And then he continues yelling after him. It was so funny. And the thing is, I actually do think I really like Bob's Burgers. I just cannot watch. I can't.
Well, see, I thought you didn't.
I can't watch it. I didn't. When we lived together, I did not like Bob's Burgers. And then when we lived at Helix, I started watching it because a couple other friends would like make me watch it. And then when I lived with those friends, they for real made me watch it. And I was like, oh wait, this is really good. But I had never seen that episode.
Yeah, come watch it at my house.
And I can't watch it now, so now I'm just kind of stuck in this, like, seeing random clips and being really impressed and not being able to actually watch it.
Yeah.
So can exes be friends?
Anyway, so while we discussed that we were really just friends who made out on the weekends when we saw each other. I mean, granted,
that's what you want to put on the podcast record? Is that you were just friends that made out on the weekend?
We agreed with that. Some would say. I mean, we both obviously, like, had feelings for each other, but...
Yeah, that's a different term. We should talk about that, too.
What?
Friends with benefits.
Oh, yeah, we also talked about that. And,
I almost asked her.
But,
glad we're airing our grievances now.
He said, like, we've almost been dating for a year, technically, and I said... technically, like, glaring at him.
I want to talk about that.
Because we haven't been dating for a year.
Technically, y'all's math is wrong.
I know.
Technically, his math is, like, astronomical.
I mean, we've been talking for almost a year. Like...
You've known each other for almost a year.
Yeah. We've literally been talking for almost a year. Like, there has not been a day that we've gone without talking to each other. And so he's like, at this point, like, I would be wanting to talk about, like, marriage and stuff. And I feel like we're not at that point. We're, like, nowhere near that point.
Relationships.
What? Yeah, that...
He's also rushing relationships.
You know, he's...
Like, coming from the girl who's been dating for 5 years and wants to get married in the next 2. But, like...
I mean, that's how a lot of people... Like, we've talked about it, and he thinks that, like, within 2 years of dating, you should be getting married.
But that hasn't...
But y'all have known each other for less than... Yeah, this is a different conversation. But y'all have known each other for less than a year.
Anyway.
But yeah.
And...
Can exes be friends is the bottom line.
Right.
What do you think, not thinking about you and Javid? Like, if this was like me and Laura...
With an ex you didn't know...
Yeah, if this was just 2 random people you don't know, and they break up, they've been dating for, let's say, 6 months, can they still be friends?
Or is it wise for them even to try? Is it worth it?
Ooh, I think it depends on how you break up.
Yeah, true.
Like, if you have a nice breakup, like, no hard feelings, like, if there's not,
if it's like somebody cheated, then obviously, no, you might not want to be their friend because they did a bad thing to you.
Exactly. But I think, like...
They did a non-friendship thing.
I think, like, if things get in the way, like, if it's not the right time, or you just eventually, like, hit that, like, fork in the road, and you're like, I think we should just go our separate ways. I don't know if you can be, like, close friends, because, like, that's something I'm kind of struggling with, like how much of friends are we gonna be? Like, are we gonna be, like, really, like, talk to each other every now and then, see each other whenever we're in town, or are we gonna be those friends that, like, we're cool around each other when we're in the same room? But yes, so anyway, whenever I told my friend Tom about this breakup, and I said we're gonna be just friends, he sent me ... new message. That never works, but feel free to try. Because he thinks he is the king of all men and knows everything there is to know about them.
I think it depends on a couple variables. How you broke up, how long your relationship was. Also, like, the intimacy in the relationship. Like, if you've had sex, that creates another layer of... or, like, how intimate, how sexual your relationship got creates a layer that, like, and why you broke up.
Like John Mulaney says, anyone who has seen me naked has to die.
Like, you can't let that go.
They can't walk around the earth. It's nothing personal. They just can't continue to live.
Well, that's so funny. When does he say that? Before me and Dave got
engaged, and even after, it's like, we joke all the time, like, we can't break up.
Too much has happened.
There's too many things that the other knows. That's like, Oh no!
It's like mutually assured destruction. Like if I go down, like, you're coming down with me.
We're ship's going down. Mm-hmm. But like, so there's that. Mm-hmm. But it's also like my ex. When me and my ex broke up, I didn't have the best. Like, I wanted to break up with him. It was what I needed to do. I should have done it. Mm-hmm. A month later, I didn't have any like. It was like during the summer, so it was like that weird time where we could have been hanging out. I really didn't have anything to occupy my time. Mm-hmm. And he continuously texted me. And he finally wore me down, pretending to be my friend. We went out to eat. He paid to be the gentleman. And then we kept doing that. And eventually, I just accepted the fact that we were dating again. Mm-hmm. And it was like... It was all just a scheme. And, like, he told me, point blank, I wanted to wear you down. Like, I wanted to show you how good it could be if you came back. And I was like...
Which, that's another conversation.
Yeah. But it's like, can you really be friends? Yeah. Because will there be feelings from one party? Right. That, like, you can't have... Like, me and Bailey do not have those feelings. We can be friends because I'm not secretly pining for her affection. Right.
Well, you don't know about all of the guys that I've quote unquote dated. The first one was my senior year of high school, and we broke up. We like stopped talking or whatever after senior year, and we continued to talk. So I was like, I really want to be friends with you. But like he couldn't be just friends with me. Like we got into so many arguments because he was like, I like you. Like I like either want to date or nothing. I'm like, that's not fair. Like I just want to be friends. Yeah. And we were friends for like another year, and then he got a girlfriend, and he stopped talking to me. Same thing happened with the next guy. We decided to just be friends, and at first I was upset about it just because he was like so nonchalant about us ending, and I was like more upset about it. But like I was just like whatever, and we started being friends again. Then he got back with his ex-girlfriend, and then we got into a few more fights because I was like, you're ignoring me because of your ex-girlfriend or your girlfriend because she doesn't like me. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm just busy. And then we stopped being friends. Damn it. So I'm hoping this doesn't happen with Javid. But
you're on a roll, so really.
Three's a charm.
Yeah. No, I mean, I do think that if he starts dating somebody else, like, we'll have to stop being friends. But I'm also
hoping... So you can only be friends with certain parameters.
Yeah. Well, that kind of goes back to our original conversation, can, guys and girls just be friends in general? Yeah. I mean,
I think that there's a problem when you throw, like, affection and intimacy and whatever in the equation of, like, whatever, when you stop and you take out a big chunk of the relationship, like, and you take out the intimacy and you take out the, like, affection on a deeper level than just, like, friendship, you're getting rid of, like, the basis for some of the relationships, so it's never going to be the same, but you're always going to have those, like, feelings, because you can't just get rid of, like, if you said you love somebody or you felt comfortable enough with them to have sex with them or do whatever, and now you can't do that, and you really shouldn't even really talk about it because we've moved on. Mm-hmm. It's like a big part of the relationship's over, and a big part of your history is gone too. So it makes it like hard to have a functioning relationship when you start a relationship and you don't have those. That's fine because you're building up, but when you take them away, it's just kind of like there was so much like growth and progress made that you're like permanently making it go back, and it's like you don't really, it's always going to be this like hole felt and like this discomfort and this like awkwardness of like, I used to love you, and I still might. I don't know, though, because I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's healthy to immediately go to, like, being friends and hanging out, because you don't necessarily, like, understand that you're broken up.
You need, like, a time to reboot.
Yeah,
like I don't think it's, like... impossible. Mm-hmm. I do think the rebooting stage is necessary. Like,
I think that's smart. So you can just say, like, take some time to be like, okay, we're not together. Let me, kind of do my own thing, and then, once we've settled down a little bit, we can go back to having a normal friendship.
Relationship and a specific type of person, because like I don't think I could ever be friends with my ex. Mm-hmm.
But do you mean in general, or do you mean specifically your ex or Sam if y'all broke up?
I think my ex, like the only guy that I dated before Sam. Mm-hmm. We started our relationship weirdly. We weren't friends before we started dating. Mm-hmm. We knew each other. We knew of each other, and then we just started dating because high school.
Right.
And so I don't think we would have been friends because we weren't.
Yeah.
With Sam, though, we were friends. We had a lot of the same friends. And I did hang out with him a lot before we started dating. Mm-hmm. But at this point, good God, no. Like, I don't think I could ever...
Would you have to, like, just cold turkey never speak to him again?
I don't think I could ever speak to him again. Like, I don't think I could be friends with Sam after, if we broke up. Mm-hmm. Like, there's just too much history, too much that I knew, too much that he knows about me, and vice versa, that it's like, I can't be in the same room alone with you without thinking about everything. And, like, I would want... And then, like, my anxiety and my, like, thought process would be like... What did you really think about this now that we're not dating and I can be mad at you and it doesn't matter? Like,
yeah. Like, you'd have to re-examine everything.
Every single thing that I ever did. And like that, I think he said just because we're in the relationship or like just different things. And it'd be like a deeper conversation about like us as people. And I don't think it would be healthy for me because I think I would dwell on it. And I'm also a very attached person, so, like, if ever he got another girlfriend, I would kill her. Mm-hmm. And then if, like, that whole friend thing of, like, we were still friends while you dated that girl, every time I got, is she better at me than this? Yes. Do you like her more? Mm-hmm. Like, does she cook better? Does she do this better? Mm-hmm. Like, comparing myself.
See, I think of, like, I'm, like, weaning myself off of Javid. Like, right now we've talked every day. So, like, the 2 days that we've been broken up, we've talked both days.
Guys, this wound is fresh.
Yeah.
We're just dumping the salt right on it and
but
digging
I've already,
that in there.
like...
It's healthy.
I've already taken that step back. Like, yesterday whenever I texted him, it was, like, all I was going to say to him was Happy National Redhead Day, because that's what it was yesterday.
Did you tell yours?
I didn't know. No one told
me.
No one told me.
Wow.
Text some happy belated one.
Wow. Bailey really dropped the ball.
And so he was like, he said, "Oh, wow, I had no idea, thanks." And I said, "I saw it on Facebook."
See, okay, wait. If even a redhead doesn't know it's National Redhead Day,
Javid's not a good redhead.
You cannot come
to Javid's not a good redhead.
He's not a good redhead. But he said, "Thanks." I was like, "Yeah, I just saw it on Facebook." And he's like, "We're the only person to have told me today." And I sent, like, the little, like, sassy girl emoji, you know? And I was like, that's a good conversation ender. Like, he doesn't have to say anything back to me. Because, like, I don't want him to feel like he has to, like, keep talking to me. Because, like, I'm a way bigger texter than he is. And so him saying, like, we can still be friends is me, like, okay, so I can text you all the time. And
that's one thing, though. Like, you can't... Do you text your normal guy friends?
See, I've tried...
Like, you can't do more for him because you're comfortable talking to him and you've gotten in a, like, pattern and, like, a habit of texting him.
Like, I don't...
Or, like, nobody can, because then it's just like,
well, I'm trying to get to that point where I only text him when it's something relevant to him. Okay. Like, so, like, yesterday, he continued texting me after the redhead thing, so we just, like, kept talking. And And then today, I was like, I'm not going to text him. Like, I immediately wanted to text him when I woke up because I had these crazy dreams, and like we would always like talk about our like the dreams that we had. And I was like, no, like I don't need to tell him that. Like that's something you would tell your boyfriend. Like I don't need to tell him that. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to tell him like all little things. Like I used to text him, like updating him on every single thing I was doing.
Yeah, speaking of all these guy friends, I think that is something else that puts you in a good position, is that you have a lot of guy friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't really have that, so I don't know, like, oh, would I have to be different with you than I am with my girlfriends? Right. So, like, that would be, for me personally, like, a new kind of step you gotta add. You kind of got it where you and Javid were already friends, have some mutual friends, so, like, there's already, like, a foundation there for y'all to go back to being friends.
Yeah, and I agree with that, too. And so, like, today, I was like, I'm not going to text him unless, like, something happens. Because, like, he knew that I was stressed about going back to work today. And so, like, if something big happened, I was going to text him about it, but, like, I wasn't really planning on it. And he texted me, like, this afternoon and was like, how did work go today? Like, were you, like, as stressed as you thought it would be? And so I just, like, ended up talking for the rest of the afternoon. But, like, I've actually, like, really, like, I do find myself checking my phone still just to, like, see. But, like, it's not like I don't feel let down when he hasn't texted me because, again, he wasn't that great of a texter anyway. So, like, so, like, I'm not, like, super worried about it. But I don't know. We'll see. I do.
That's funny because your voice did sound super worried.
Yeah, because then I thought about it and I was like, God, if we didn't talk for a day, I think I would be a little sad. I don't know.
I think that it's going to be interesting, and I do think that
to watch this play out live.
To watch it play out, like, honestly, like, because thinking about people that I've known who've broken up with people and tried the friend thing, it normally doesn't work, and then there's always the stereotypical, like, good luck with that, it's not going to work thing that a lot of people feel. But I think that a lot of relationships end really poorly. Either it's somebody's fault or somebody really hates that it's happening.
Yeah.
But there's not any...
Like, if it's not mutual. Like, y'all's was kind of
theirs was kind of mutual. Like, it wasn't like you were both wanting it, but it was kind of you both understand.
Mutual. I mean...
Yeah.
Because I asked him,
like, you may not...
I was like, is everything okay? I mean, I might have not wanted to end it.
Was to say, you may not have chosen the timing, but y'all's... Like, you both understood the reason.
Yeah, because we were both thinking about it.
And I think you probably both talked about it before.
Well,
because I know you've talked to us about it.
Yeah, and I told him, I was like, I've been talking to my friends about this, and he's like, I've been doing the same. I mean, he just beat me to the punch and bringing it up. Like,
as amicable breakups go, this was one. And since you were friends before and you still, like, you didn't really move into that, like, super relationship, see each other every day, be around each other, do, like, super cliche relationship things. Like, you were right, like, you were in a relationship with your phone, so, like, you hadn't reached that, like, certain pinnacle moments of actual
right,
in person, see each other every day, like me and Sam have relationships, so it's like you're not missing as much, and so seeing y'all just transition back into just friends, I think could work.
I mean, like, others. Emotion's gonna be the biggest thing, which is I kept bringing up when we were breaking up. I was just like, God, I was like, I like you. I was like, this is gonna be hard, and I have to remember that, like, he still likes me too, that, like, this wasn't like a, like, oh, he's tired of me type of ending. Like, it was because of the distance why we broke up. So, I mean, because, like, that's how I'm viewing it. Like, I don't want to get on his nerves by, like, texting him too much when I don't really mean anything by it. It's just, like, I'm used to us talking all the time. Like,
that will be something you'll have to watch, though, because, like, you know.
I know, like, 'cause, I mean, we do have to move on eventually. Like, we can't.
Well, it's like you can't keep having the relationship without the title.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just talking and you didn't... It's not like before when there wasn't a title because you didn't know. It's like, no, now we know we've made a definitive line that we're not in a relationship and we can't just keep acting like we are. Like, the benefits of a relationship.
Yeah, and he said that. He was like, he's like, this will eventually fade out. But, I mean, I think regardless, we'll still be able to be like, hey, how's it going? And, like, sit next to each other at a party and it not be weird.
That'll be good. And I think that's true.
Yeah. I know we're talking about, like, Molly specifically, but, like, what are, just because you kind of, like, half mentioned it earlier, what is y'all's experiences with, like, other friends outside the three of us who have gone on to break up and either be or not be friends? Because as mentioned, I only have 3 friends, and 2 of them are here, and I'm dating the other ones, so I don't have a lot of. I just thought that insight might be something for people to know. It's always
this conversation of y'all had such a good relationship. It was either we all hate him now because of whatever awful thing he did. And so no, there will be no trying to be friends. Right. Or there's she broke up with him because she thought she deserved better, or whatever the reason she broke up with him, but he was still in love with her, and it was like, of course you can still be friends. And then it's him pining, and him being desperate, and him doing really weird things. Or it's this conversation where y'all broke up so amicably, and y'all had a really good relationship and you were such good friends before. Of course you're going to be friends. And then it's just this, like, awkward tension. Every time you're in the room with them, it's like...
Well, maybe that should be our question. Should exes be friends?
Ooh.
I don't think there's a problem with it, but if, you know... I mean, it's like you were saying, it just kind of always goes.
It's just one of those things that it's like, there's, like, without your... like, I don't know... They know things about you that other people don't, even your best friends. And even if your best friends do know things, it's like not on the level that we knew them, because we were moving in the progression of like, I'm falling in love with you. Yeah. Not in a friend way. Right. And there's just another level of like stuff going on when like the end goal is like love and marriage and children and that type of building of a relationship that's like, when you're in a room with other people and everybody else knows that y'all dated, and then it's like, they're still friends. But then he, like, grazes her shoulder, or she, like, touches his hand. Friendly, but everybody in the room is like,
will they, won't they? The tension.
Yeah, it's like, cut it with a butter knife.
Yeah, see,
everyone else kind of ruins the friendship.
See, I'm super open with everybody. There's not, like, one thing David knows that not at least one other person knows. And so is he's not that open, but like if somebody asks him a question, he's not. He'll answer it.
No offense, David, if you're finally listening to this episode,
if this is the one you chose to listen to, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, should exes be friends? Can they be friends? I really think it's like situational. Like,
yeah, because I mean, it's like Laura said, can guys and girls be friends?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like what Laura said though, like. What you put into the relationship kind of defines how it ends. Like, me and David weren't, like, super emotional with each other, so we kept a lot of our feelings to ourselves, especially towards the end. Like, these past, like, few months have been, like, super chill. It's almost been like we've been just friends. So,
well, and I just thought, it's also, like... Why do you want to be friends with them? Yeah. Like,
true.
Like, me and my, like...
Do you really have pure intentions, or do you really just want to date them again?
If they never did anything wrong, then that would be why you'd want to be friends with them still. Like...
Well, so if me and Sam broke up, we text all day. He, like, has become, like, an anxiety comfort for me. He's become, like, my best friend. Like, I tell everything to. And it's just, like, if I didn't have him, who would I... and there's, like, certain inside jokes that we have. And there's just certain things that remind me of him that, like, if we broke up, I would need him as a friend to still have like stability. And so it would be like, if we broke up and I needed him as a friend, it's like, it wouldn't be because I actually want his friendship. It would just be solely for personal gain. And so, like, if that's the reason you're staying, if you actually are friends with this person and you, like, want to stay friends with them because you think that you can do that and, like, together and it not be weird, that's fine. But if you're just doing it for, like, hoping one day you'll go back together, or hoping one day they'll come to their senses, or hoping that they'll still give you the comfort that you found in the relationship, not as your partner, but as whatever they brought to you, besides besides the intimacy of a relationship, it's like that you have to start finding that other places. Like, you can't just continue.
If you still want to be basically dating them, then you can't still be their friend.
Yeah, and I guess you have to, like, reason out, why do I still want to be their friends? Is it just for, like, so I don't have to go do this again and risk this happening again, or is it really because I want to be their friend?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be dependent on them when they can't hold your dependency anymore. Like, you're not codependent anymore. Y'all are independent people now. Leave and go find that somewhere else. You have to go find that within yourself, or you have to go find that within your friends, or you have to go find that somewhere else, but you can't just keep clinging to them because it's what you've been doing for so long. Yeah. Which is exactly what I would do.
I mean, it feels like we just broke up, like, in the middle of a minute. Like, so much has still been going on that, like, I feel like I still need to be a part of. Like, he was writing a paper all last week that was due today, and I was like, I felt super involved in that. I was like...
So you're like, he was writing this paper when we were dating, and he's turning it in, and we're not together anymore.
How it went. And so...
Yeah. I mean, that's a friendly thing to do. Ask him how his life went.
And his roommate, like, disappeared on Sunday, and I, like, really wanted to know what happened, but I'm assuming he hasn't said anything about him, so I'm assuming he's fine, but I almost texted him about that, too.
And I'd hope
his
roommate's not, like...
Yeah, are you sure David just didn't say, hey, I'm doing a thing today, I'd like you to not be here?
No.
Okay.
I don't think he was gonna break up with me unless I had said something.
Completely plausible.
Because he told me his original plan was to talk about it on the car ride on the way back from the wedding, but our friends rode with us, so he couldn't talk about it. And I kind of had to make him talk about it before I left, because he's like, we'll talk about it later, and I'm like, I'm here now. Let's do it now.
Yeah.
But he said he didn't know, like...
Do you regret it?
Huh?
Do you regret it?
No.
Good.
My biggest fear...
The relationship or asking?
Asking.
Oh.
No, my biggest fear was him, like, distancing himself from me.
Yeah.
In between, like, our hangouts, and then me coming back and him being like, deuces. Like, he already checked out, and I told him that, too. I was like, I'm glad we're discussing this now. I think this is really good timing, because, like, you're obviously feeling this way, and I would have hated to go 2.5 more weeks. Yeah. With you feeling this way and you trying to distance yourself from me, and me over here in La La Land, not really having much of a clue. But I was like, but then again, I read into everything, so I probably would have a clue, which would stress me out more.
Yeah. So that would have been our podcast topic for tonight.
Yeah. I mean, like, I could even tell on Sunday that he was being weird, like he was being distant, and he was being, like, a little distant over the weekend that we were together, but, like, I didn't pay too much attention to it. But on Sunday, I could, like, really tell that something was up. And I mean, like, I'd been feeling it too. So, like, I honestly feel like it was mutual. Like, I don't say David broke up with me. I just say we broke up.
Yeah. And that's good.
Because, I mean, like, I feel like we both, like, I didn't ever disagree with him. Like, we both were just, like, bouncing points off each other, like, why this is a good thing. And it is a good thing. I feel like mixed feelings about it. Like, I feel relieved and upset, because, like, he was, like, my best friend, and that relationship will change. Like, we're not going to be best friends. But it's nice to know that, like, we don't, like, I was getting exhausted, you know, like, trying to keep up the relationship, because, I mean, he was so busy with school that, like, just, like, we didn't have time for each other, or he didn't have time for me, which is fine, but, yeah. Real stuff.
Real deep
feelings.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to my therapy session.
You're welcome.
I hope you can at least relate to any of the problems I'm having, or maybe if you think I'm dumb, feel free to let me know.
I mean, sorry to interrupt. You've heard most of Molly and Javid's relationships. Y'all don't
Honest to God.
Y'all don't know everything, but you can tell us, you could give us your opinion on if they can just stay friends. You know that much,
You would be able to gauge that by the information that you know, I feel.
Yeah. Tell us what you think about Molly and Javid specifically, or just in general. If you've broken up and tried to stay friends with an ex and it did not work.
Yeah, tell us your
experiences. It did work, you're still friends.
Good, bad, ugly. Whatever you
We want it all.
Yeah, we want to hear it all. But yeah, thanks for listening. You can find us on any of your local listening sites like SoundCloud,
but not your international ones. Only local.
You can follow us on Twitter at our3thenumbersense.com. Nope, not .com.
What?
R3.
What did you just say? What?
R3thenumbersenspod. That's our Twitter handle.
Yes.
No .com. Us, at our3thewordsenspod@gmail.com. You can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for our intro music, Digital Lemonade. I think that's it. I am Molly.
I am Bailey.
I am Mara.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye, Laura.
Bye.